The following Signode safety video depicts a Signode automatic corrugated unitizer. Your system may be configured differently, with controls provided by an original equipment manufacturer, or OEM. It is the responsibility of the OEM to provide the necessary equipment interlocks and controls. At Signode Packaging Systems, customer satisfaction, including safety, are top priorities. We carefully design, manufacture, and test Signode power strapping equipment to ensure that it meets strict performance requirements. Following installation, our sales and service representatives train your personnel to use and maintain the equipment safely and correctly. This video will help educate you about personal protective equipment, general housekeeping, and safety procedures for machine service. It's extremely important that equipment operators wear personal protective clothing to prevent hand, eye, foot, and other injuries. Signode recommends that operators wear protective gloves and steel-toe safety shoes, and that both operators and bystanders wear safety glasses with side protectors. Operators should follow any additional personal protective clothing and equipment guidelines as designated by their facility. Maintaining a clean, uncluttered work area will also help prevent injuries. Be sure that the strap path from the dispenser to the chute system does not interfere with traffic patterns, causing a trip hazard. Also be sure that the dispensers are working properly and the strap does not spill out onto the floor. Always dispose of used strapping and edge protectors in designated disposal or recycling containers. When loading strap dispensers, be sure to use proper lifting and loading techniques. Make sure the wing nut on the dispenser is securely fastened before starting operation. Always properly dispose of the packaging materials. Signode conducts comprehensive operation and service training during installation and includes an Operation Parts and Safety CD-ROM and training DVD with every strapping system. All operators and service personnel must be fully trained before operating or working on Signode equipment. If after completing training you have questions regarding proper operating procedures, ask your service representative for help. Signode power strapping systems are equipped with machine guarding to help prevent injuries and safety labels to alert you to possible hazards. Be sure that all safety labels and control panel identification plates are in place and legible. If you need to replace any labels, contact your Signode service representative. Guarding around moving machine parts helps eliminate crush, shear, and pinch hazards. Always keep these guards in place when equipment is in operation. Only personnel who are trained and authorized specifically to work on electrical equipment should attempt to service the strapping system's electrical components. Additional precautions should be taken to ensure that all electrical components are working properly. Keep panel covers closed to protect electrical wiring from damage. Check illuminated controls for burned-out bulbs, replacing bulbs as necessary. Be sure that all emergency stop and emergency platen up buttons and power disconnect or lockout switches are functioning properly, and that they're included on all operator control consoles. Also, verify the equipment interlocks are connected to conveyors and all other appropriate equipment, according to Signode design and local codes. Before servicing the machine or walking on conveyors, follow all lockout-tagout procedures. Always take the key with you so that no one other than you can restore power to the equipment. Ensure that the power is disconnected by pressing the power button. When performing routine maintenance or service under the platen of the GCU SmartFlex, begin by engaging the auto platen latches. To engage the platen latches, begin by pressing the platen latch button on the OEM control panel. If the platen is below the latches, it will automatically rise above the latches. The latches will extend, and then the platen will lower onto the platen latches. If the platen is already above the latches will extend and the platen will travel down onto the latches. Once the platen is securely engaged on the latches, place the machine into service safe mode. Always take the key or keys with you so that no one other than you can restore power to the equipment. Follow your facility's safety guidelines, which may require that in addition to placing the machine in service safe mode, that you perform additional lockout-tagout procedures. Before removing the platen from the latches, make sure all personnel are safely clear of the platen. Take the machine out of service safe mode and press the platen latch button on the OEM panel. Now that you know how to safely operate and service your Signode power strapping system, you should also be aware of some common misuses of the equipment that can cause serious injuries. The following are examples of how not to use power strapping equipment. Do not ride the platen. Never walk on conveyors or under the platen when the power is on. Never straighten or stabilize a load as it's riding into the machine. Never service, clean, or lean on the machine when the power is on. Do not change the preset logic in the programmable logic controller. Doing so could cause serious personal injury or machine damage. Never lift or pull a load by its strapping. This is a dangerous practice which could result in serious injury. By avoiding these dangerous practices and always following the safety guidelines for clothing, housekeeping, and machine maintenance, you will reduce the chance of injury while working with Signode power strapping equipment. All operators should view this video prior to using any Signode power strapping system.